Tonight, the IU East men's basketball team hosts Kayak opponent, conference rival IU Southeast at the Richmond High School's Tiernan Center. The 24th ranked Red Wolves are 17-6 overall and lead the Kayak North Division with a 5-1 league record. The Grenadiers come into tonight's matchup 4-13 overall and 1-5 in the league. Hello, everyone. Once again, thanks for joining us. I'm Caleb Gillock along with Franklin Christ. Franklin, a great night for basketball here at the Tiernan Center.
Absolutely. We had a little bit of a better showing than we thought was going to happen, but had some faces coming here last second here, and hopefully it'll fill up a little bit more here before we get this thing started.
All right, well, let's take a look at tonight's teams. For IU East, Houston Clark's put back with 1 second remaining gave IU East a 77-76 home win against Dallas Lloyd College back on Sunday. IU East now 2-14 all-time against IU Southeast since joining the NAIA. The Grenadiers have won the last 7 meetings, including a pair of double-digit wins last season. This will be the only regular season meeting between IU East and IU Southeast this season. The Red Wolves are in the Kayak North Division. The Grenadiers are in the South Division. IU East leads the Kayak North Division with a 5-1 lead record. Every other team in the North Division has at least 3 league losses. The Red Wolves are 5-2 at home this season, and this game ends a 3-game Kayak homestand for IU East. The Red Wolves are 1-1 during the homestand with a loss against Brescia and the win against Alice Lloyd. Tyler Fangman right now leads IU East with 14.4 points per game. Taking a look at the opposing team, the IU Southeast Grenadiers, they've won at least a share of Kayak regular season title every year since 2007-2008 season. The Grenadiers beat IU Kokomo 77-62 on January 22nd, snapping an 11-game losing streak. That streak included 2 games against ranked opponents and 5 games against NAIA Division I opponents. Jake Simpson, a 6'4 senior guard, leads the Kayak Conference and is 4th in the nation with 23.9 points per game. Simpson leads IU Southeast with 3.1 assists and 1.8 steals per game. The Grenadiers are 8th in the nation with 4.5 blocks per game and 18th in the nation with a 736 free throw percentage. Right now, the Red Wolves in the rankings, IU East is 9th in the nation in defensive field goal percentage allowed and 15th in the nation in rebound margin with positive 6.7. Houston Clark 11th in the nation with 9.2 rebounds per game, and Jacoby Claypool 40th in the nation with a 2.54 to 1 assist to turnover ratio. Tyler Fangman is 40th in the nation in 3-point field goal percentage. So Franklin, after hearing all that, what do you expect to see in tonight's matchup?
Well, I got a chance to talk to Tyler Fangman this past week, and he talked about getting out to a little bit quicker start here, not getting too comfortable. And that's very easy to do. They got a 2-game lead right now in the North, and it'd be real easy for them to just coast from here on out, and just kind of put this thing on cruise, like I said. But I think I would fully expect them to be able to get up for this one, especially with it being Southeast. This has been a big rivalry game in the past for both these teams. So I fully expect to see a little bit quicker start here than we may have in previous games.
All right, well, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the starting lineups in the Kayak Conference standings here on the Red Wolves Sports Network. And welcome back to men's basketball on the IU East Red Wolves Sports Network. Let's take a look at the Kayak Conference standings in the North Division. The 24th ranked IU East Red Wolves set in first with a 5-1 conference record, 17-6 overall. Rio Grande in second, Point Park third, IU Kokomo fourth, and Carlo fifth. In the South Division, Asbury leads the South Division with a 5-1 conference record, 16-6 on the season. Russia ranked second, Alice Lloyd third, 17th ranked Cincinnati Christian fourth, and IU Southeast in fifth. So let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups for the matchup between the Grenadiers and the Red Wolves. Starting for the Grenadiers, at guard is going to be a 6'2 freshman from Louisville, Kentucky, number 1, Jacob Mills. Also is going to be number 12 at guard, a 6'4 senior from Louisville, Jake Simpson. Also at guard is going to be a 6'2 sophomore, number 15, Aaron Hayes. Also going to be at forward is number 21, a 6'7 freshman from Louisville, that's Joe Jackson. And number 34 at guard, or forward, a 6'9 senior, that's Parker Hayes from New Albany, Indiana. And now let's take a look at the starting lineup for the IU East Red Wolves. Starting for the Red Wolves is going to be a 6'6 junior, and forward is Brad Hunt. And then also starting for the Red Wolves is going to be a 6'3 senior at guard, number 2, Tyler Fangman. And then Houston Clark, also starting for the Red Wolves, the 6'6 junior from Kokomo. And then starting at guard, a 6'2 freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana, that's Jacoby Claypool. And at forward is going to be a 6'8 junior from Martinsville, Indiana. That's number 20, Jason Ray. So taking a look at these two teams, I think the two players that you're really going to want to look out for on IU Southeast, that's Jake Simpson. He's got 406 points on the season, shoots 806 at the free throw line, and also 485 from field goal range this season. So I think that's going to be the one guy you really kind of want to look out for. And the second one that's still a little ways behind Simpson, but that's going to be Joe Jackson. He's got a 686 free throw percentage and a 421 from field goal range as well. So Franklin, what are your thoughts on tonight's matchup?
Well, Southeast, they're a battle-tested team. Many don't let their record lie to you. They got only 4 wins on the season, but they've played some very quality opponents, many NAI Division I teams, and many ranked opponents in addition to that. So these guys, they've seen some quality opponents. They've played in some big games, and they're very much capable of pulling off an upset here in Richmond tonight.
All right, well, it is time for men's basketball here inside the Tiernan Center on the campus of Richmond High School. You've got the IU East Red Wolves and the IU Southeast Grenadiers, and this one's going to start off out of bounds, and it'll be IU East basketball. Total of 9 seconds ran off the clock there on the opening tip. Fangman set to inbound the ball for the Red Wolves, who come into tonight's matchup 17-6 and 5-1 in the Kayak Conference. Fangman takes it to the lane, puts this one up, no good. Rebounded by the Grenadiers. Over on the left side, that's going to be a shot up by Aaron Hayes. And he's going to get things started off for the Grenadiers. A 2-0 lead for Southeast. Fangman over on the right wing, goes over to Jason Ray out top. Didn't really see a whole lot of him on Sunday and wasn't in the game much. Pass down low inside to Houston Clark. He misses as well. Rebounded by the Grenadiers. And down on the other end of the floor, Simpson with the ball. And picked off by Houston Clark, but a sloppy pass goes into the hands of Jake Simpson, and he's going to put up a shot. This one's going to be off the mark, rebounded by Brad Hunt.
Nice. Ooh.
Tried to get the pass down low inside to Brad Hunt. And Hunt unable to get the ball. 19:04 left to play in the first half.
Good look inside there by Claypool. Really like him a lot. Plays like an upperclassman. Just his first year here in Richmond.
Simpson with the ball, takes it to the lane. He's going to put one up about 12 feet and be off the mark. Rebounded by the Red Wolves. Simpson now 0 for 2 in field goal range. Fangman working the ball around to Claypool, who goes to the left side and hands off to Clark. Clark takes it to the lane, puts one up inside the lane. This one's going to fall and tie things up at 2.
I really feel like Hughes had kind of a slower year. I feel like he'd really be ready to get back and get at it after coming off that ankle surgery, but just hasn't really had the start to the year, I don't think, on both ends of the floor that I think he really would have liked.
3-point shot there by Joe Jackson is going to be off the mark. And a putback by the Grenadiers. And Hennis with the basket.
Well, Hennis surrounded by three gray jerseys that time, and you can't allow things like that happen. Especially in a rivalry game. Southeast, they're coming, they're ready to play. They want to knock off the 24th ranked Red Wolves.
Jason Ray with the ball goes right, defended by 21. That's Jackson, and misses the shot down low. Here's a fake by Simpson. He's going to be caught traveling. It'll be Red Wolf basketball. Red Wolves starting off in this game 1 of 4 inside field goal range. 17:34 to play in the first half. Claypool with the ball. Goes down the right side of the lane. Puts this one in. Ties it up with 4 with 17:28 left.
Well, you don't see Claypool able to get that deep too often, but if you do, he's going to convert.
And there's a basket by Joe Jackson. Gives the 2-point lead back to the Grenadiers of IU Southeast. Claypool with the ball right now. Fakes right, goes left. Takes the ball back inside the lane. Gives the ball to Brad Hunt. Kicks out to Ray. Jason Ray for 3. This one's going to be long. Rebounded by Mills.
Nice pass.
And a missed basket there by Jackson. This one's going to be out of bounds, and it will be, looks like IU Southeast ball out of bounds. Ball inbounds to Simpson, and a 3-point shot by him falls, and it's 9-4. Red Wolves down by 5. Over to the right side to Tyler Fangman. Thought about the 3. He's going to drive instead. He's going to be caught with the double dribble, and it'll be Grenadier basketball.
Well, down here on the last trip down for Southeast, you got to find Simpson. I remember him from last year. He absolutely torched the Red Wolves from the perimeter. And, if you don't find him off the inbounds passes and in transition, he's going to kill you.
16:26 left to play here on the first half. Right now, down over in the corner is Joe Jackson, but just now get the ball to him. Shot clock down to 15 for Southeast. And the ball with Simpson. He takes it to the lane. A 3-point shot, or fake by Jackson. And going to the lane is Simpson. This one's going to be off the mark. Rebounded by the Red Wolves. Houston Clark is going to go to the line for 2 after going up strong. 16 minutes left to play, and this foul is going to be on 21, Joe Jackson. And picks up his first, team's first on the Grenadiers. So Houston Clark goes to the line to shoot 2, the first free throw shooter in the ball game for the Red Wolves. First free throw shooter in the game for either team. Here with 4 minutes into the first half. The first free throw there by Clark is going to be off the mark.
Well, Caleb, I think this is kind of the slow start we feared. I mean, it's only a 5-point deficit, but at this stage in the game, if you're Coach Mark Hester, you got to be thinking, here we go again, another close battle down the stretch here with a team we should be beating here at home.
One thing we've talked about a lot this season, Franklin, is not really a lot, I guess, the entire season, but here in the second half of the season is can't have too many of those second half comebacks. You're not going to win them all.
Yeah, we've seen it happen a lot on the girls' side. In the last game against Alice Lloyd and especially against Brescia, we're up by 36 at one point and let the Bearcats back in the contest. But, that's something we've also seen on the men's side as well, and, they just haven't been able to close out some games.
3-point shot missed by Hayes. Fangman with the ball, splits the 2 defenders. It's going to be out of bounds, so it'll be Southeast ball as it was not tipped on the way out of bounds. And back to the Grenadiers. Right now the Red Wolves are just walking down the floor, and then that's when Southeast recognized that and tried to run the ball down the floor. IU East defense steps up. And right now still playing, it looks like man-to-man here with, or maybe a box and one with Hunt being the one.
Another good pass.
Basket there by Hinnis. He has 4 in the game. And the Red Wolves trail by 6. 11-5 with 14:48 left to play. Brad Hunt inside is the one that's going to be off the mark. Clark there to get the rebound, puts it up, and nothing.
Huey looking for some contact there, but you got in these games like this, you got to play through that contact.
3-point basket by Jacob Mills, the 6'2 freshman out of Louisville. Makes it a 9-point lead for the Grenadiers with 14:24 to play in the first half. Up 14-5, pass down inside to Brad Hunt. Nice move on Waiting, gets the and one. And now it's 14-7 as Brad Hunt's headed to the line. This is going to be the second team foul on the Grenadiers. It goes against number 34, Parker Hinnis, his first. And Vache Davis in for the Red Wolves. As Brad Hunt goes to the line to shoot one. 14-18 left to play here in the first half. As the 6'9 freshman out of Jennings County High School goes to the line to shoot one. Free throw goes off the back of the rim. Rebounded by the Grenadiers. 7-point deficit for the Red Wolves. 14-11 left. It's going to be a foul on the Red Wolves. They pick up their first, and it goes against Claypool. It's his first.
Well, Caleb, as Dom Williams comes in and Nick Bolenbacher comes in as well, along with Vache, the first from the previous trip down. You know, we haven't talked too much about the depth of this IU East team all too often. And, you know, this is a team that we've seen so many different starting lineups over the course of the year. They can throw so many different looks at you. And from an opposing team standpoint, you know, that's difficult to plan for.
Vache Davis takes it out of the basket. They're going to roll this one a jump ball with 13:59 to play, and the Grenadiers have possession. Red Wolves down by 9 with 13:59 left. Mills brings the ball down the floor for Southeast. And a pass down low to Brandon Britt, working the ball around and taking it up into the lane. That time was 15. That's Aaron Hayes. The Wolves on the other end of the floor. Houston Clark takes it to the lane. A little spin there and off the mark. Still 16-7 with 13:35 left in the first half. Layup there by Jacob Mills. Puts the Grenadiers up in double figures for the first time in the ballgame. 18-7 with 13:11 to play. Jason Ray fakes and kicks out to Bolenbacher, around to Vache Davis. Finds Don Williams over to the right corner. He takes it, lays it in, makes it 18-9. 12:52 to play, and ball out top over to the left side. Back out on top right now with Simpson. 3-point shot on the right side by Mills. That's the second time he's hit that shot from there. Makes it 21-9 with 12:35 to play. There's a shot by Houston Clark. Not going to fall. The Red Wolves' biggest problem here in the first half seems to be shooting.
Yeah, and everything just seems kind of stagnant too. And a lot of times, you know, the offense gets killed with the dribble as we see a timeout from IU East. But everything seems to be killed by the dribble. And you know, when the dribble happens, everyone kind of stands around and seems to watch. And you know, that's kind of killing the flow of the offense right now for the Red Wolves.
All right, well, a 30-second timeout taken by head coach Mark Hester. What do you think that the Red Wolves need to do to get going here on the offensive things?
Well, it's just kind of been another one of those slow starts. I mean, it's almost like these guys are still in the locker room. They're not, you know, it's just kind of been a something that we've seen out of them as of late, in the last few games. And, I talked to Coach Mark Hester, the last couple contests about it, and he says, he just doesn't think that his players' priorities, may be where they need to be. And, I think he thinks he got some things they're worried about outside of basketball that's really affecting their play. But hopefully they can turn that around here and, get off on the right foot here in this remaining 12:08.
Well, like you said, I had a chance to talk with Nick Bollenbacher yesterday, and he said right now he thinks their biggest problem is just focus. They've got to find a way to stay more focused, and there's a good basket by Huffman.
Well, speaking of Bollenbacher, I really like his game. I think he's a guy that's a little bit more comfortable coming off of the bench, but I'd really like to see him kind of thrown into the starting lineup mix here in a couple games here down the stretch here, but. Yeah, he's kind of a spark that they really need. Very tenacious defender, takes care of the basketball, very good assist-to-turnover ratio. So Bollenbacher, he's a very efficient guy for them.
There's a missed shot by number 5. That's Kamen Garrett. It's going to be off. And Tyler Fangman with a shot fake down there, kicks out to Lucas Huffman. Speaking of a player that's came in strong off of the bench this season. And that's going to bring us to a timeout down on the floor. So the Red Wolves trail by 11, 23-12 to the IU Southeast Grenadiers. We'll be right back with more men's basketball on the Red Wolves Sports Network. Hello, I'm Caleb Gillock, the host of Inside IUE Sports, a show where we talk with coaches, players, and other guests about what's happening with IUE's athletics.
In the top 100 high school seniors.
Last year we were fortunate enough to do a variety of things on the track and then off to be able to be considered.
Make sure to join us on Friday nights at 8:30 p.m. on WETV Channel 20. And welcome back to men's basketball on the Red Wolves Sports Network. 11:42 to play here in the first half at the Tiernan Center. The Red Wolves down 23-12, down by 11 here in the first half. The Grenadiers have basketball out of the timeout. And it's going to be out over to the left side right now with Hayes. And working it back out top to Simpson. Right now passing between those two and over to the right side to Kamen Garrett. To the right side with Garrett. Finds Simpson. Simpson takes the 3. This one's going to fall 26-12.
IU East really struggling to rotate on defense no matter what defense they're in, whether it be man-to-man or a 2-3 or 3-2. It looked like they were in that last time. But, yeah, they're just really struggling against these shooters from the outside.
Bollenbacher finds some open space, kicks out to Vache Davis. He puts up a 3 off the back of the rim, rebounded by Fangman. 10:45 to play as Fangman takes it to the basket. It's going to come up short. And Bollenbacher with a great move and takes the charge and succeeds. This one's going to go against 12. It's Jake Simpson. Picks up his first, team's third on the Grenadiers. And there's 10:38 to play here in the first half with the Red Wolves down by 14.
We were talking about Bollenbacher a little bit ago, and not many guys you see take charges nowadays. He's going to be one of those guys that he's going to do the dirty plays in order for IU East to be victorious.
So there's a foul on the Grenadiers. Picks up team foul number 5. Tom Williams open in the lane. Puts this one up off the back of the rim as well. Williams 1 of 2 in field goal range here in the first half. Over to the left side with Garrett. Trying to find someone open inside the lane. And this one's going to be made by, looks like, 32, Brendan Britt. Rashea Davis over to the left side and inside to Don Williams. Back out to Bolenbacher. Right side to Davis. Finds Bolenbacher over on the left side. Takes it to the basket. He's going to go to the line and shoot 2. A chance to make this, narrow this lead down to 14 with 2 free throws at the line.
Well, Caleb, down here on this end defensively for IU East, as they've given up as many shots as they have from the perimeter, it makes it difficult to guard the interior as well. You know, you're flying out at all those shooters, and once they throw a couple shot fakes in there, it's easier to get in there, penetrate, and then perhaps kick or dish to someone else who's also cutting as well. So, I mean, it's an all-around struggle for IU East right now on this end of the floor.
Bolenbacher at the line to shoot one more free throw. Hit the first one, makes it 28-13 with 9:51 to play. Chance to get this game down to 14 here. And this one's going to go off the right side of the rim and rebounded by IU Southeast. 9:40 to play here in the first half. The score being 28-13. The Red Wolves trail by 15. Good handoff there to number 10. That's Aiden McEwen. Good fake by Simpson. Shot clock down to 5 when the shot goes up by McEwen. And here's the Red Wolves on the other end of the floor. There's going to be a foul. Looks like Rashea Davis trying to get the foul that time. Fouls on Cody Young, picks up his first, team 7th. And that puts the Red Wolves in the bonus for the next 9-11 in the first half. Rashea Davis will go to the line to shoot 1 and 1. The Red Wolves shooting 3 of 5 at the free throw line in tonight's game. First free throw up and in for Rashea. Here's the second free throw by Rashea Davis. Looking up and in as well, makes it 28-15. And then is Devin White for the Grenadiers. Red Wolves trail with 9:05 left here in the first half. Ball over to the left side with White. And back out top with Simpson right now. Shot clock down to 20 for the Grenadiers over to the left corner, and the shot goes up by 33. That's Cody Young. He knocks down the three-pointer. And it's up to a 16-point game, 31-15 with 8:45 to play. Bolenbacher starts to go lane, kicks out to Lucas Huffman. Back over to Bolenbacher on top of Vingman. Now Williams tries to go lane. This one's going to be a foul on most likely Garrett. We'll make sure that that's who they're going to call the foul on. So it's going to be the 8th team foul on the Grenadiers. And the foul is on 5. Kevin Garrett picks up his first. And that's going to put Don Williams at the line to shoot 1 and 1. Don Williams off the mark on the first shot. Rebounded by the Grenadiers, 31-15 with 8:23 to play. And now the Grenadiers working the ball around the perimeter. A lot of bodies out there around top of the key.
Yeah, I was just about to say, no real true post presence in there for either squad, really.
Going to count the basket for Don Williams. The Red Wolves out here in a little bit, and the foul goes against 33. Cody Young picks up his second, team's 9th on the IU Southeast Grenadiers. Brad Hunt and Houston Clark back in for the Red Wolves. And Vache Davis at the line to shoot one free throw. The basket was good by Davis. I said Dom Williams for some reason. I guess I saw the 0. That's twice I've done that in this game. There's Vache at the line shooting the free throw. This one comes up short. Eight minutes to play here in the first half as the subs come in for for IU East and IU Southeast. Jordan Thompson in for the first time for the Grenadiers. And I'm not sure yet, Franklin, I've seen the same sub in twice for Southeast.
No, they're a fairly deep squad as well, kind of like IU East. So you're going to see a lot of faces in and out.
That was on Nick Bollenbacher, picks up his first, team foul number 2 on the Red Wolves. And Simpson decides to take it to the basket. He's going to be fouled by Houston Clark. I thought they were going to try to get Jason Ray with that one, but since Houston was the one that hit the floor, that's who they're going to charge the foul with. And that's going to put Simpson at the line to shoot 2.
His first, team's third. Jake Simpson on the line to shoot 2.
And first free throw for Simpson's good, makes it 32-17. Back up to a 15-point ball game here for the Grenadiers. Second free throw by Simpson good as well. Now it's 33-17 with 7:45 in the first half. Bollenbacher takes the ball down the left side of the floor. Houston Clark stops up top, gives it to Fangman. Bollenbacher over the left side, inside to Brad Hunt. And here's the three-pointer by Fangman. It's going to be off the mark, but the putback by Brad Hunt. And they're going to, I saw Brad, but they say Houston, so I'll go with PA announcer Dennis Hicks with the basket for Houston Clark. 33-19 with 7:14 to play. And 7:08 from the clock stop, so it'll still be Southeast basketball.
Simpson able to get in the lane. It seems like it at will. He's getting in there every time. And see a call here from the official.
They're going to call a foul on Houston Clark. He picks up his second one here really quick. And team foul number 4 on the Red Wolves.
Well, back to Simpson. He's doing essentially whatever he wants to off the dribble, and there's no real help side. We're just kind of standing and watching. He's just doing it every time. I don't see any willingness to slide over and get in front.
Jason Ray, the defender right now on Simpson. And a one-handed shot by Simpson is going to be off the mark. And here's a shot by Fangman. A fadeaway is going to be off the mark by Tyler Fangman. 33-19 with 6:43 to play. Left side is going to be stolen away by Bollenbacher. Brings it down the floor and lays this one up, and it's going to be a block call on the Grenadiers. And the Red Wolves will now be in the double bonus. This one's going to be called on Jacob Mills, picks up his first.
There's that defense we expect out of Bollenbacher. Comes off there on the weak side and just sticks his paw in there, and he's going the other way real quick. You see that happen quite often with Bollenbacher.
First free throw here by Nick Bollenbacher, up and in. He's now 2 of 3 at the free throw line in the game. And makes it a 13-point ball game here, 33-20. Southeast with the lead, and here's the second free throw. This one falls as well. And it's now going to be 33-21 as Jacoby Claypool comes back in for the Red Wolves and Aiden McEwen in for the Grenadiers. Over to the left side, and this one's going to be passed down into 42. That's Jordan Thompson, and a foul on the Red Wolves. This one's going to against Brad Hunt. Picks up his first, team's 5th on the Red Wolves.
Jordan Thompson on the line to shoot
And that puts Thompson at the line to shoot 2, with it being 33-21, 6:21 to play here in the first half.
Hunt frustrated, and for good reason. It looks like he got a lot of ball on that block attempt, and you know, sometimes it's just the way the angle of the official sees the play. So you got to play through it and continue to play.
Second free throw by Thompson, no good. Rebounded by the Red Wolves. Claypool brings it down for IU East, gives it to Fangman. Almost lost control of the ball, but passes over to Parker Salinas. Back out top, and that's going to be a foul on Jordan Thompson. Picks up his first. And that's now 11 team fouls on the Grenadiers. And Claypool will go to the line to shoot 2 in the double bonus.
Or those are the kind of fouls that if you're a coach, it drives you crazy. Committing a foul 30 feet from the basket, sending a guy to the line to shoot 2 free throws at the clock stop.
First free throw there by Claypool was good, and
42,
Josh Price comes into the lineup for IU East. Marcus Salinas will go down inside the lane and fill in for Brad Hunt, as Price will be in the backcourt for the Red Wolves. Here's the second free throw by Claypool. This one's good as well. It's now 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Red Wolves have this down to a 10-point ball game with 6:02 left to play. Salinas ends up on the floor. Josh Price, the only defender there. And now the Grenadiers starting to set up their offense. Moves to the left side and trying to split the defender, but there's finding some open space is Parker Hennis with his 9th point in the game. He's not missed one yet, 35-23. Pass down in the right corner with Jason Ray trying to kick out to Claypool, but stolen away by McEwen. With 5:25 left to play here in the first half. Tipped a little bit there by Tyler Fangman as 33. That's Cody Young was able to save it from going backcourt. And the rebound that time picked up by Jason Ray. There's Claypool with the ball. And this is going to be a foul. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Smart play there by Claypool. Saw the defenders' heads were turned and just continue to eat up some real estate in there and got deep enough to where he could draw the foul.
All right, and there's going to be a timeout down on the floor. The Red Wolves trail by 12, 35-23 with 5:10 left in the first half. We'll be right back with more men's basketball on the Red Wolves Sports Network.
This is where a busy mom can work toward a bachelor's degree from a top national university during softball practice. It's where a service member can continue his college studies from anywhere in the world, and where you'll benefit from one of the country's most effectively delivered online programs.
Woohoo!
So, if you've ever wondered if a college education is really worth it, this is where you'll see that it is. This is Indiana University East Online.
And welcome back to IU East men's basketball on the Red Wolves Sports Network. 35-23 is the score. IU Southeast right now on top, up by 12 with 5:10 left in the first half. Claypool at the line to shoot 2 for the Red Wolves. A chance to make it a 10-point ball game right here at the free throw line. And the first free throw up and in for Claypool, who is now shooting 3 of 3. at the stripe in tonight's game. Second free throw, up and in for Claypool as well, the 6'2 freshman out of Fort Wayne.
A little more full court press here from IU East. Change foot there.
Going to be a travel call on Simpson.
Good call there out of the timeout by Coach Mark Hester. Throw a little different look at Southeast.
Garrett in for the Grenadiers.
So the Red Wolves will have the basketball out of bounds underneath their own basket. 5:02 to play here in the first half. Find Parker Salinas in the left corner. A pass there to Josh Price. And back out to Salinas, around to Claypool. Claypool out top, fakes the three, goes over to Vache Davis on the right wing. Parker Salinas with the three. This one's going to be off the rim, starting to be rebounded there by Price. (35-25) with 4:34 to play. Moving the ball around right now and over to the top of the key with number 1. That's Mills. Kicks out to Garrett, and then Josh Price able to get the ball. Claypool passes over to Vache Davis out on top, over the right side to Parker Salinas. And here's a shot by Parker. This one's going to be off the mark as well. It's going to be out of bounds and stay IU East basketball.
You know, Caleb, we see a lot of passing around the perimeter. I'd like to see a few more post feeds in there. You know, Josh Price, he's working hard in there for position, and you know, why not reward him by throwing him a couple passes in there? But yeah, mix it up a little bit. But yeah, we've seen quite a few passes around the perimeter.
Balling downs to Dom Williams out top now with Claypool. Lobs inside to Dom Williams, who puts it down 35-27. Red Wolves now back inside of double digits. And the Grenadiers starting to feel a sense of urgency here before halftime.
First lead we've seen reach single digits for a while. See if what kind of response we get out of Southeast as we see him get another bucket down here in the half court.
Basket was by White. Find Josh Price down low. He's going to be fouled and go to the line for 2. And the foul's going to go against 33, Cody Young out of Lebanon, Indiana. And he picks up his third here in the first half with 3:11 left. That's going to put Josh Price at the line for his first time in the ball game. Price is a 6'9 freshman out of Indianapolis. First free throw here by Price off the back of the rim.
When Price caught inside and he took that dribble, it didn't look like he even needed to really take that dribble. He caught it below the block and resulted in a foul. He'll come in with 1 point.
37-28, back inside of double figures. And a sub in for the Grenadiers with 3:15 left here. Shot from out top by Mills, going to be off the mark from three-point range. This is his first three-pointer in the ball game. And back with Devin White. Now Williams, the defender against Simpson right now. And they're going to call him with ones. Looks at Coach Hester and says, my bad on that one with 2:50 left.
His first, team 6.
And that's team foul number 6 on the Red Wolves. Devin White inbounds the ball to Kamen Garrett. 2:45 left here in the first half. Ball over to the right side with White, and now on top with White, and back inside to Simpson. Blocked by Don Williams, and going up strong off the mark was 34, Parker Hennis. And There is a foul on this play with 2:28 left. The foul is going to go against
Foul on 0, Don Williams.
Don Williams. Picks up his second, team 7th on the Red Wolves.
Jake Simpson on the line, shooting 2.
Simpson hits his first one as Lucas Huffman checks in and replaces Don Williams.
Red Wolves.
Simpson now 3 of 3 at the free throw line, make that 4 of 4. Score being 39-28 with 2:28 to play. Huffman inbounding the ball to Vache Davis. Good move by faking left, and this one's going to be good. Be 39-30 with the good basket.
Basket is good. Foul is on number
Well, Davis plays off contact a lot of times, and you know, you got to know that from the scouting report. But you know, he's got a very quick first step, and you know, it's very, very tough to defend a guy that's got that's always got a step on you, and it oftentimes results in Davis getting to the free throw line and or scoring.
Free throw is off the mark by Vache Davis. Keeps it at a 9-point ball game with 2:10 left in the first half. Hand off to Mills, and over to the left with Devin White. Back to Garrett on the right wing. He's going to take it inside the lane, pass that over to White. And the shot goes up by White, going to be off the mark. Parker Salinas takes it inside the lane, goes up one-handed, rebounded by Josh Price. So it doesn't fall, but he'll go to the line and shoot 2.
I was just about to say, Caleb, be interesting to see how this last would have been 2.5 minutes gone or goes. But he's kind of feel a little bit of the tide turning here a little bit. As if IUE's kind of waking up and say, oh yeah, second half, this is our half, and they're starting to come alive here a little bit late in the first.
First free throw was missed by Josh Price. He's now 1 of 3 at the line. Here's a chance to go 2 of 4 and make it an 8-point game. He does. It's now 39-31 with 1:42 to play. And this is going to be a foul on the Red Wolves. It's going to go against Vache Davis. Picks up his first, team's 8th on the Red Wolves. And it looks like that's going to put number 1, Jacob Mills, at the line. He's not been a line yet tonight. He's going to be shooting 1 and 1. Here's the first free throw, the 1 and 1 off the mark. Claypool over to the right side to Parker Salinas. Gives it to Vache Davis. And ball out top now with Claypool. Claypool inside the lanes, off the mark, and rebounded by the Grenadiers. So 39-31, Vache Davis almost able to intercept there, and it's going to be out of bounds off of Josh Price. But a good hustle there by Price. 1:12 left in the first half. Mills going to be the inbounder. And actually is Aaron Hayes. He's going to replace Mills here in the final 1:12.
Well, it's kind of tough, I was about to say, tough inbounding the ball down here in the quarter, but
drawing the foul that time was 32, Brandon Britt. He's going to go to the line and shoot 2.
Number 32, Lucas Huffman, his first.
That's actually Simpson going to the line. The foul is on Huffman.
Simpson on the line to shoot 2.
Huffman's first, team's 9th on the Red Wolves, and here's the free throw by Simpson. Now 5 of 5 at the free throw line. And back to 40-31 here with 1:05 left. This free throw misses his first free throw in the game, 5 of 6 at the line. Under a minute to play here. Vache Davis takes it to the basket, and this one drops. 42-33 with 56.1 left.
nice move inside there by Vache Davis. got some of the best body control you'll see of any of these guys out here, and really knows how to contort his body and get to the foul line.
Davis at the line to shoot one. He's 2 of 4 and now 3 of 5. Makes it 40-34.
6 points. This is closest it's been probably since
Start of
about
the game.
the 4-minute mark. Or 4 minutes into the game, I should say.
And there's going to be a timeout taken here. It's going to be a full timeout by Coach Mark Hester. Will take a timeout as well. 40-34 with 56.1 left in the first half on the Red Wolf Sports Network.
Dylan Newman had a terrible dislocated shoulder after a bad dirt bike accident. The long-term solution, surgery and intense rehab.
I trusted Reed Orthopedics because they had already fixed my ankle. And within 4 months of my surgery, Dr. Miller and my Reed therapist, April, helped me to regain my motion and most of my strength. Thanks to Reed Ortho, I can get back to what I love. It's all about trust. Right, Dr. Miller?
Right here at Reed.
Right here in Richmond.
And welcome back to men's basketball on the Red Wolves Sports Network. 40-34. The Red Wolves now only trail by 6. And 56.1 left here in the first half. It's going to be Grenadier basketball out of bounds underneath their own basket. Or the Red Wolves basket, I'm sorry. And it's going to be inbounds to Devin White. Shot clock at 32. So a 20-second differential here. It's going to be out of bounds. It'll be Red Wolf basketball with 42.4 left.
More of that full court pressure results in more turnovers.
And Garrett back into the game for the Grenadiers with 42.4 left in the first half. And Huffman inbounds the ball for the Red Wolves. Claypool gives it right back to Huffman. Down to 35 of the game clock. Huffman finds some open space in the lane. Now 40-36. Huffman with 5 points in the game. 2 of 2 from field goal range and 1 of 1 at the free throw line. 20 seconds to go here in the first half as Simpson almost loses his dribble. Vache Davis, the defender. The Red Wolves down by 4. And they're going to get Parker Salinas with the foul. The entire Red Wolves team wants the foul on the arm, but it's going to be still a foul on Salinas. Picks up his first team's 10th on the Red Wolves. And that's going to put Simpson at the line to shoot 2 in the double bonus. Simpson 5 of 6 at the line now, 6 of 7 with 7.7 left here in the first half. And this free throw in for Simpson, back up to a 6-point ball game, 7 seconds left. And Claypool takes it to the basket, loses the ball. It's going to stop with 2.2 left. And a sub coming in for the Grenadiers. That's going to be Brett back in and pass inside to Huffman. This one's going to go off the right side in the window and bring us to halftime. The Red Wolves now only down by 6 with a score of 42-36. So Franklin, tell us a little bit about what we saw there in the first half.
Well, IU East, they seem to be fully adapting the idea of being a second half team, and that's just another slow start. And we were wondering if they were going to come out and have that slow start as they've been accustomed to having here, in these last few contests. And we've seen it a lot here recently, so it's going to be interesting after the game if I go down and talk to Coach Mark Hester, see if he's fully adapted himself the idea of them being a second half team.
All right, well, let's take a look here at the halftime stats In field goal percentage, the Red Wolves 34.62% off of 9 of 26 shooting, and the Grenadiers shooting 50% at field goal range, 15 of 30. Behind the arc, the Red Wolves are 0 for 3 at 0%, and the Grenadiers shooting 5 of 9 in three-point range with 55.56. At the free throw line, the Red Wolves shot 13 of 20 in the first half with a 65% free throw percentage, and the Grenadiers 4 of 6 for 66.67%. In the rebounding category, 16 rebounds for the Red Wolves with 5 of those on offense, 11 on defense, and the Grenadiers had 21 rebounds, 5 on offense, 16 on defense. Red Wolves had 2 assists, 4 steals, 6 turnovers, 2 blocks, and 8 team fouls. The Grenadiers, they had 7 assists, 2 steals, 7 turnovers, 1 block, and 15 team fouls in the first half. Leading the way in scoring at halftime for the Red Wolves is Jacoby Claypool with 6. Brad Hunt has 4 rebounds for IU East, and Jacoby Claypool has 1 assist. For the Grenadiers, Simpson has 14 points at halftime. Hennis has 8 in the rebounding category, and Simpson has 4 in assists. Red Wolves have 18 points off of bench scoring, 16 points in the paint, 5 second chance points, and 8 points off of turnovers. The Grenadiers have 7 points in bench scoring, 14 points in the paint, and 7 second chance points, and 5 points off of turnovers. And that brings us to halftime with a score of 42-36. We'll be back here in about 12 minutes on the IU East Red Wolves Sports Network with the second half.
I'm your host, Caleb Gillock, and today we're going to talk a little bit about volleyball first. And joining me to do so is volleyball player Mallory Livingston. Mallory, thanks for joining me today.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Well, let's talk a little bit about this season. Finished the season 20-13. Just tell us a little bit about how the season went for you.
We kind of had a roller coaster year. We were pretty young. I was the only junior, and we had no seniors. So we had a pretty young team. So when we had really high highs and we had some pretty low lows. So overall, I mean, we had the winning record, but I mean, there's always games you want to go back and redo. But I mean, we learned from them, and we're just looking to move on now and have a better year.
What were some of the bigger games that occurred this season?
Well, probably the biggest game of the year was definitely Point Park. Everybody that went to that game knew that was probably our best game. Everybody said that was probably the best they'd seen us play together. They were the number 1 team in the conference at the time, and we were undefeated. We were probably ranked 4th or so at the time. So obviously we were the underdogs, and we came in. It was a home game. We had a really good crowd, and they've always been kind of a personal rival for me. Because our freshman year, my freshman year, I guess, I was the only one. My freshman year, it was between us and them for the conference championship because we were both undefeated. And so we ended up taking it. So it's always been a really personal one for me. So I was really happy to win that one. We went into 5, and the crowd was just crazy that game. I think it really, the momentum, if that home court advantage, really, really pulled through for us. That was definitely my favorite game of the year.
Looking back on the season, what was one thing that you think the team needed to work on to make it further in the postseason?
I think it's just our consistency. That's mostly everything. I think that just comes with time and experience. Some games, it was better. We had a more spread out offense, and that helps really mix up the defense on their side because they don't know where we're going because we had more people on. But just being consistent was our main problem. So we'll work on that some more.
Well, of course, you had a great season yourself. You had your 1,000th kill, which happened. You also had 1,000 kills in high school. What's it like to reach that milestone twice?
It was really exciting. In high school, actually, my coach never told me how close I was. He refused to. He's like, I don't want you to know. And then we were playing Franklin Rowe. I remember this game, and I don't even know. It was the first 5 points of the game, and he stopped for a timeout, and I was like, we're winning 5-0. Why are you taking timeout? And he was like, you just got your 1,000th kill, and it was really exciting. So I had no idea. I knew this one in college. I went into the game, and I was like, they're like, you only need 4 more. So every single one, we're like 3 more, 2 more. So it was really exciting. So we were counting down for that one. So that one was a little more expected, but it was exciting.
Well, aside from your 1,000th kill, you've also had lots of other awards this season. One of those was winning the NAIA Scholar Athlete Award. Tell us about that.
School, I mean, you always come in and you say student athlete, so like school is really important to me, especially like I'm in the NAIA, like I came here because I really want to focus on school first. I don't want volleyball to be my job. I want to focus on school, so it's really important to me to keep my grades up. I'm kind of a perfectionist, a little OCD, and so when it comes to my schooling, so I'm really just trying to keep up with my 4.0 right now and see if I can finish school with that and then also focus on volleyball at the same time. I don't know, it's a balancing act.
Right, well, I completely understand that one as well. Also, you were named the Kayak Conference Player of the Year. Tell us about that one.
That was kind of unexpected for me. I was hoping, I thought like I was a good contestant for it, but we were ranked 5th at the end of the season, and almost always they give it to either the number 1 or the number 2 team in the conference, someone off there. So I was a little surprised when they announced it at there, but I was really, really excited, and especially now since the coaches thought I deserved it, even though we were ranked 5th. So that was even more gratifying.
And a third award was the AVCA Northeast Region Player of the Year, which I understand only 8 players get. What exactly is that award, and what did it mean to you?
So we're the Northeast region, yeah. And last year, I think I made 3rd team or something. So really, I was just looking to move up a team or 2 and try to get 1st team. So I didn't expect to get Player of the Year in that. That was just like icing on the cake. So I was just kind of hoping to move up, and just do better every year. Every year, I just want to do better. So I reached my goal there. So I was happy.
Right. Well, and just moments ago, we figured out that you were named an All-American. What's that one mean to you? That's a big accomplishment.
That was my goal this year. We had to make goals at the beginning of the season, and my very first goal is I really want All-American, and there's been a lot of All-Americans that have come through here. Our volleyball program is pretty well known. In the past, we had some really great players, so I just really wanted to keep that right. Legacy, I guess, that name. I just wanted to put my name up on that banner. So that was my overall my individual goal. I mean, obviously I had other team goals, but as an individual, that's what I've been striving for all 4 years, and I'm excited to tell my mom. She doesn't know yet because we just found out. So she'll freak out. She'll probably start crying because she's all emotional like that one.
Well, congratulations on that. What does it mean to you to have accomplished so much this past season?
It really, I don't really know how to, I've just been working really hard, and this whole last 3 years has been a really kind of a rough, rocky road. We've kind of had some craziness happen in the year at IU East. So to be able to stick with it, really, I'm kind of pretty proud of myself to stick with it, and then to come out on top and just keep doing better. So I'm just proud of myself for getting better every year. So.
Well, congratulations on all of those awards. Of course, this year you were the only junior on the team. There were no seniors. You had 6 freshmen and 4 sophomores. What was it like to have to be the leader of the team this past season?
In the spring is when I knew I'm going to be the only junior. I knew I was going to be the only upperclassman unless we got transfer in, but that didn't happen. So I kind of put my mindset to it early. I went home for the summer and I got myself mentally prepared. I knew I was going to have to be a leader this year. And one of the main things I really wanted to focus on was being as consistent as possible, because you always need, with a young team, like I said earlier, there's always going to be inconsistencies because they need more experience. So I really needed to be that leader this year that they could go to if we needed a point, we really needed a kill, we needed to get out of a rut. I really wanted to be that player. So that was my mindset, being the upperclassman here.
And what are you looking forward to the most next season in your senior year?
I really just want to go all out. I mean, it's my last year, so I just don't want any excuses. We're just going to work hard, and I really, really want to have a good team that, the main thing is that I really just want to have fun while we're out there. And I mean, winning's always fun too, but I just want to have a good, well-rounded team that enjoys being together.
Definitely. All right, well, thank you for joining me, and congratulations on all of your awards, especially just being named an All-American a few minutes ago. We'll be right back with more Inside IU East Sports.
Sometimes I think the fates must grin as we denounce and insist. The only reason we can't win is the fates themselves that miss. Yet there lives on an ancient claim, we win or lose within ourselves. The shiny trophies on our shelves can never win tomorrow's game. You and I know deeper down, there's always a chance to win the crown. But when we fail to give our best, we simply haven't met the test of giving all and saving none until the game is really won. Of showing what is meant by grit, of fighting on when others quit, of playing through, not letting up. It's bearing down that wins the cup, of taking it and taking more until we gain the winning score. Of dreaming there's a goal ahead, of hoping when our dreams are dead, of praying when our hopes have fled. Yet losing, not afraid to fall, if bravely we have given all. For who can ask more of a man than giving all within his span? Giving all, it seems to me, is not so far from victory. And so the fates are seldom wrong, no matter how they twist and wind. It is you and I who make our fates. We open up or close the gates on the road ahead or the road behind.
I'm Dr. Ganesh Ramachandran, the region's only hand specialist at Reed Orthopedic Center. Patients love how easy it is having everything under one roof and how easy it is to get here. Right here at Reed Orthopedic Center, right here in Richmond.
And welcome back to IU East men's basketball on the Red Wolves Sports Network. Red Wolves down by 6 at halftime, 42-36. I'm Caleb Gillock along with Franklin Christ, bringing you tonight's game live on the Red Wolves Sports Network. Franklin, not a lot that you can say about the first half other than just a slow start. What do you expect to see here in the second half?
Well, as far as the pace of play goes, probably the same thing. Got a chance to talk to Coach Mark Hester a couple weeks back, and he said that this is the lowest scoring year that he said that he can remember since he's been here. So I attribute that a lot to the more half-court sets that they're running, and they don't get quite as many possessions. So I would fully expect to see more of the slower-paced game, more half-court sets, right, and just continued play in that regard.
All right, well, just about ready to go here in the second half. Both teams in their team huddles out on the floor, around their bench, getting ready to go here. The game clock set at 20 minutes. And ready for the second half of another kayak matchup for the Red Wolves. The third game in a homestand here at the Tiernan Center. Right now, the Red Wolves 1-1 in the homestand. The loss against Brescia and the win against Alice Lloyd on Sunday. And hopefully picking up a win here today against the Grenadiers of IU Southeast as the Red Wolves and the Grenadiers both come out onto the floor to get the second half underway. Starting the second half for the Red Wolves is Jason Ray, Houston Clark, Brad Hunt, Jacoby Claypool, and Tyler Fangman. Starting for the Grenadiers looks like Mills, along with Hennis, Simpson, and Hayes, along with Joe Jackson. The Red Wolves have the ball to start the second half. Jason Ray over to the left wing. Back over to the Tyler Fangman. In the corner with Jacoby Claypool. And over to the left side. Working the ball around right now. It's going to be inside the lane. Jason Ray with the basket, 42-38.
Good strong move in there by Ray. That's 6'8", very tough to guard that going to the basket.
Grenadiers with the basketball. Mills gives it to 34. That's Hennis. Back out top with Mills right now. Pass down inside to Hennis, trying to get some position on Brad Hunt. Nothing there. They're going to call a foul against Brad Hunt. And that's going to be foul number 2 on Brad Hunt. Picks up the team's first here in the second half.
Aiden McEwen in the lineup for the
And Aiden McEwen back into the game for the Grenadiers.
Looks like they're going to call it on the floor. I thought perhaps he was in the act of shooting, but officials thought otherwise.
All over on the left side with Simpson out top with Mills. He goes back left and passes over to Simpson. Simpson out top to Hennis. And now onto the right wing. We've got a whistle. This is going to be another foul on the Red Wolves. And this one's going to go against Jason Ray, his first. Team foul number 2 on the Red Wolves here in the second half. 19 minutes still on the scoreboard.
In the last couple of years, officials have really cracked down on the hand checks, and there's nothing wrong with playing physical, but once the hands get involved, you put both their hands on a guy trying to prevent him from cutting. They're going to call that more times than not.
18:47 left to play. The ball out on top with Simpson. This is going to be a good basket here for Joe Jackson. He's now got 4 points in the game. And underneath, Tyler Fangman with the miss for the Red Wolves. Now 0 of 4 in field goal range. Pass down the floor to Simpson. And it's going to be into the corner, back out on the left wing with Simpson. He goes toward the lane. And he's going to have the ball once again out top for the Grenadiers. Trying to take Jason Ray to the lane and hands off to Hennis. Hennis is going to get this one to fall in. 46-38.
Well, anytime you give up that baseline, it turns everybody's backs to their men, and Hennis realized it at that time and cut right in behind his guy, and his easy land.
Houston Clark can't get the shot to fall for the Red Wolves. That time, a little slow getting up was Aiden McEwen as he fell on his back down underneath the Red Wolves basket. This now getting down to the right corner on the Grenadiers' end of the floor. Here's a three-point shot by 21. That's Jackson off the mark. Rebounded by the Red Wolves, who are trailing by 8 with 17:35 to play. Jacoby Claypool, the good basket. He's going to go to the line and shoot one. Claypool now with 8 points in the game. A chance to make it 9 when he goes to the line. Vashe Davis back into the game for the Red Wolves, and Cayman Garrett in for the Grenadiers. 17:33 left as Claypool goes to the line to shoot one. And here's the free throw. This one's going to be up and off the rip. Down to a 6-point ball game. It was 4 at halftime. The Red Wolves were down by as many as 16. Jason Ray goes to the lane. This one's up, and Houston Clark able to get to it. And the Red Wolves going to set things up here on offense with a new shot clock. Clark takes it from the basket, 46-42.
Well, Clark's one of those motor guys. He's as he goes, IU East tends to go, and one of their big contributors in the rebounding area as well. And at one point was second in the nation in rebounds per game, and they're going to rely on him, even though they've got all that length. They're going to rely on him heavily to pick up the rebounding duties.
The ball stripped away from the Grenadiers that time. Tyler Fangman able to get the ball back. And 16:32 left. Vashe Davis under the basket. This one's going to roll off the rim, and he'll go to the line for 2. The foul goes against Joe Jackson. Picks up his third. Team foul number 2 on the Grenadiers. And Vashe Davis will go to the line to shoot 2 for the Red Wolves. Now down to a 3-point ball game, 46-43, as Brandon Britt back into the game for the Grenadiers. Vashe Davis knocks down free throw number 2. Now shooting 4 of 6 at the line. 5 of 7 at the line Down to a 2-point ball game as Jason Ray has the steal. Hands off to Tyler Fangman. And off the glass and in, ties it up at 46. Fangman with his first basket of the game. The all-time points record here at IU East ties it up with 16:08 in the second half. And that's going to be looks like a 30-second timeout taken by head coach Wiley Brown in his 8th season at IU Southeast. So Franklin, it was a 4-point game at halftime. The lead got expanded a little bit by the Grenadiers once again. And now we're all tied up. What's happened here?
Well, I mentioned there in the first half how I felt like the sense of urgency seemed to pick up a little bit there, and IU East went on a bit of a run. Got the lead down to 4, like you said, and I like we said, I mean, they're just a second half team, and they just feel that sense of urgency, and they know they realize they see it's the second half, 16:08 to go, and this is it right here. This is what they're playing for.
All right, all tied up at 46 in a conference matchup with IU Southeast, a rivalry game between the two Eastern IU campuses. And a steal here by Fangman and a 3. This one's going to be off the rim, rebounded by the Grenadiers. There's going to be a call here. It's going to be IU East basketball. 16 minutes exactly left on the game clock here inside the Tiernan Center at Richmond High School. And inbounds to Tyler Fangman, puts up a jumper. This one, the go-ahead basket for the Red Wolves, 48-46. And stolen away here by Claypool, goes to around the defender. And up by 4, 50-46. And over to the right side, a 3-point shot up and off the mark by 32, Brandon Britt, and there's a basket from 3-point range made by Jake Simpson. So Simpson makes it a 1-point ball game, 50-49 with 15:15 left in the second half. Claypool with the ball on the right wing, passes down inside to Fangman. Going to spin here, there's going to be a foul called on the Grenadiers. This one's going to go as a knee on Simpson, picks up his third, team's third on the Grenadiers. Right now, IU Southeast starting to get a little bit of foul trouble here early on in the second half.
Yeah, you can see the frustration mounting too. They played this whole game, with the lead, and it's almost as if they don't know how to respond to being behind for the first time.
And this foul is going to be on Houston Clark. Picks up his third, team's third on the Red Wolves. And Dom Williams back into the game for IU East. Trapped here by Jason Ray and Jacoby Claypool. Fangman almost with the steal, wide open down underneath the other end is Parker Hennis. And they take the lead back 51-50. Here's Dom Williams over to Claypool, round to Fangman in the corner. Rashea Davis fakes the 3, goes inside the lane. Here's Jason Ray, kicks over to Don Williams, who goes underneath the basket. Back to Ray, stolen by Hennis. And down the floor to White. And there's a carry called on the Grenadiers with 14:33 left. And the Red Wolves trail by 1. IU East inbounds the ball. Game clock down to 14:30 here in the second half. A fairly quick game so far to start things off. Not many timeouts on the first half. I believe only 3 taken. Here's a 3-point shot by Rashea Davis. Missed off the front end of the rim, and Jason Ray was able to get over there and get the rebound. 3-point shot by Fangman. Makes it 53-51. Down to 13:57 here in the second half. The ball with Devin White over on the left wing. Now top to Simpson, pass down inside to 32. That's Brandon Britt. He's going to go to the line and shoot 2 after the foul on Jason Ray. Ray picks up his second, team's 4th on the Red Wolves. And that puts Britt at the line to shoot 2. It's not been to the line yet today. He's got 2 points in the game, 1 of 1 in field goal range, 0 of 1 at 3-point range. And here is the first free throw up and in for Brandon Britt. And Lucas Hoffman returns for IU East. Red Bulls still up by 1. A chance for Britt to tie it here at the line. And he does. Tied up at 53 after the second free throw made by Britt.
Joe Jackson and the Grenadiers.
So Jackson back in for the Grenadiers, all tied up at 53 with 13:48 to play. The ball inbounds to Claypool. And Hoffman's going to bring it down the floor and give it right back to Jacoby Claypool before crossing half court. Give it to Lucas Hoffman, out top to Vache Davis. Vache finds something he likes. He's going to miss the shot and rebounded by the Grenadiers. And that's going to be a foul on Claypool as he leaves his feet. That's going to be personal foul number 2 on Claypool. Picks up 5 team fouls now on the Red Wolves. And that puts Simpson at the line to shoot 2, who has shot 7 of 8 at the line of the game. Misses that one there. Now 7 of 9 at the free throw line in tonight's contest. Simpson now has 21 points in the game with that free throw. And a 1-point lead for the Grenadiers with 13:21 left to play. Vache Davis brings the ball down the right side of the floor. Is not going to get a foul. Pass over to Bollenbacher, a fake pass to Fingman. And Bollenbacher goes up. It's not going to get anything, but Dom Williams is able to get the ball. Down to 13 minutes to play here inside the Tiernan Center in the men's matchup.
Good pass.
And Dom Williams down inside is going to go line for 2 after being fouled by Joe Jackson, who picks up personal foul number 4, team's 4th on the Grenadiers.
Well, 4 on Jackson, that's going to be huge for the Grenadiers. We talked earlier about Huey being essentially the motor guy for IU East. You know, Jackson, you know, he's proven to be that guy as well for the Grenadiers on the southeast side. So it'll be interesting to see how he changes his playing style here as we approach the latter part of the second half.
12:53 to play. Don Williams missed the first free throw. A chance to tie here with a make. And this free throw up and off the rim. No good. Now 0 of 3 at the line. He's got 4 points in the game. It's 12:47 left to play here inside the Tiernan Center. Bollenbacher, the defender, against White. And a shot from the right elbow by White is going to be off the mark. Rebounded by Vache Davis. Working the ball around the arc right now over to Fingman, who puts up the 3. This one's going to be off the rim. Rebounded by Simpson. That's going to be a basket by the Grenadiers.
Good little piece of transition over there by the Grenadiers. Anytime you get those long shots, they result in long rebounds, and a lot of times those long rebounds will result in runouts.
56-53 with 12:03 remaining. Bollenbacher on the right wing. Out top to Fingman.
Nice pass.
And Dom Williams with the basket down underneath makes it a 1-point ball game. It's going to be 56-55 with 11:44 to play as White brings the ball down the right side of the floor, goes back to left, almost loses his dribble. Shot clock down to 22. And goes to the lane. This one's not going to be any good. A 3-point shot by Simpson in the left corner, rattles in and out, rebounded by Fingman. He's going to the basket, lays it in, back with a 1-point lead, 57-56.
Nice move. You don't see that hesitation very often. Acted like he was just going to pull it out and set up the O, and he just whipped right back around and took it back in, and Southeast wasn't ready for him.
Down to 11 minutes left in the second half, over to the right side. Out top now with 32. That's Brandon Britt. And going inside the lane, and he's going to go to the line for 2 with Simpson. The foul's going to go against the Red Wolves. Goes against Don Williams, picks up his 3rd. And team foul number 6 on the Red Wolves, which brings us to a timeout. The Red Wolves up by 1, 57-56 with 10:48 to play on the Red Wolves Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Caleb Gillock, the host of Inside IUE Sports, a show where we talk with coaches, players, and other guests about what's happening with IUE's athletics.
In the top 100 high school seniors.
Last year we were fortunate enough to do a variety of things on the track and then off to be able to be considered.
Make sure to join us on Friday nights at 8:30 p.m. on WETV Channel 20.
And welcome back to IU East men's basketball on the Red Wolves Sports Network. 57-56, Red Wolves back on top by 1. With 10:48 to play here in the second half. A chance to go 6-1 in the Kayak Conference. And the Grenadiers a chance to go 2-5 if they can pick up the win here today. And right now off the line with a chance to tie the game is number 12, Jake Simpson, who leading the way in scoring right now for the Grenadiers. He's got 21 points in tonight's matchup. Here's the first free throw. This one's going to be up and in, make it 57-all.
Caleb, you talked about how pivotal some of these wins are going to be, or some of these games are going to be, down in the latter part of the season. How big would a 2-game spread be over second place with just a handful of contests left?
Right. Now trailing by 1. Fangman with the ball, passes inside to Huffman. Huffman goes up strong. He's going to go line for 2. And this foul is going to be on number 32. That's Brandon Britt, picks up his 3rd, team's 5th on the Grenadiers. And Huffman at the line to shoot 2. He has been aligned once and went 1 of 1 at the line as he knocks that free throw there down and ties it up at 58. Go-ahead free throw rolls out of the rim, and 10:37 to play here in the second half at the Tiernan Center. Hangman is able to get enough of a hand on the ball, and Clark gave it to Bollenbacher. Bollenbacher misses the layup and rebounded by the Grenadiers. There's Simpson taking it to the basket, finds the and one. And a chance to take a 3-point lead here is Simpson. Foul goes against Lucas Huffman, picks up his 2nd. And team 7th on the Red Wolves.
The official said he hit him in the head as he passed on by. And all biasness aside, I didn't happen to see that. I don't know. Did you happen to catch that?
I didn't see it either. Red Wolves now down by 3. With 61-58 the score, 10:13 to play. Pass down inside to Vashe Davis. A nice find underneath the basket. Makes it a 1-point ball game, 61-60, down by 1. Simpson with the ball out on top right now for the Grenadiers. Shot clock down to 22. And pass over to the left side right now with McEwen. Back to Simpson. And the 3-point shot missed by Mills. Mills now 2 of 4 in 3-point range. Houston Clark misses the layup and rebounded by Simpson.
see if IU East can get another good defensive possession. Last time down was a perfect example of sliding your feet and getting out in front. Good hedge there by Houston.
All over to the left side right now with 32, and he misses. It's Brandon Britt. Rebounded by the Red Wolves, 9 minutes in regulation. Nice find again by Fangman. Gives it to Houston Clark underneath the basket. The Red Wolves back up by 1, 62-61 with 8:46 to play. And that's going to be an offensive foul on the Grenadiers. The foul is going to go against the Grenadiers. Looks like foul is on 34. Parker Hennis picks up his third.
That's a second charge we've seen today. Who says charges don't happen very often?
Not as often as you'd like them to, but still more often in this game than what we have seen this season. 62-61, Vache Davis down in the right corner. Pulls back out and gives it to Houston Clark. Claypool for three on top. This one's good, 65-61.
Big shot by Jacoby. Hit a big triple in the previous game to put them back down by 1 with 18 seconds to play in the last home game against Alice Lloyd. Big shot.
After the big shot there by Claypool, Whiteley Brown forced to take a full timeout as his team now trails by 4 with 8:20 in the second half. Watching IU East men's basketball on the Red Wolf Sports Network.
This is where a busy mom can work toward a bachelor's degree from a top national university during softball practice. It's where a service member can continue his college studies from anywhere in the world, and where you'll benefit from one of the country's most effectively delivered online programs.
Woohoo!
So, if you've ever wondered if a college education is really worth it, this is where you'll see that it is. This is Indiana University East Online.
And back to IU East men's basketball on the Red Wolf Sports Network. A big three-pointer there by Jacoby Claypool. Passed the ball out to him on top of the key, and he hit it out on top. And it makes the score 65-61 with 8:20 to play here in the second half. Largest lead for the Red Wolves, I believe, in the game so far.
I believe so. Did they trail, or did they lead by 2 at the beginning?
Trailed by 2 at the beginning and tied it up. 4, and at that point, that was when the lead started to get away for Southeast. I believe 10-4 was when the first timeout was taken by Coach Tesker. The ball out on top over to the left side now with Mills. This is going to be a foul on the Red Wolves. Looks like this one's going to go against Lucas Hoffman. And Hoffman picks up his third, team's 8th on IU East.
Well, if you're Southeast and you've seen any tape recently of IU East, you had to know this was coming. I mean, that's just how they've been playing as of late, and it's just been the style, and it seemed to work for them for the most part. Outside of the Brescia game, which was their only dropped interleague game of the year. But I guess you're as comfortable as you allow yourself to be.
65-63, Red Wolves lead by 2 after the 2 made free throws by Jacob Mills, the 6'2 freshman. And right now Claypool with the ball, finds the lane, kicks out to Huffman, fakes the 3, back to Claypool. Who starts us at the offense up with 22 left on the shot clock. Shaman goes inside the lane, sets a screen for Houston Clark. Segment battle on top and takes it to the basket. This one's going to fall in.
Houston Clark.
And now it's 67-63. Ball out on top for the Grenadiers. Over the right side on a shot by Simpson's going to be off the mark. Rebounded by Hoffman. And here are the Red Wolves. Vache Davis goes down to the lane, a little out of control, wanting the foul. And it's going to stay out of bounds and be IU East basketball. 7:21 to play here in the second half. The Red Wolves have a 4-point lead. Inside to Houston Clark now. This one's going to go off and in, 69-63.
Houston Clark against just about anybody's matchup, you'll take all the game long.
Ball on top now for Grenadiers. This is going to be travel on IU Southeast. 6:58 to play here in the second half as Parker Hennis returns for the Grenadiers.
Caleb, outside of a few touch fouls down there, we've seen some very good half-court defense by the Red Wolves.
Red Wolves up by 6, largest lead in the ball game so far. Good move there by Lucas Huffman and gets his own foot back. 71-63. He's got now 7 points in the game. And this is going to be a foul on Houston Clark. Picks up personal foul number 4. And 9 team fouls on the Red Wolves. Parker Salinas back into the game for IU East. Going to sub in for Lucas Hoffman. Give Hoffman a little bit of a break as he's had a great second half so far. And back in for the Grenadiers is Cody Young, a 6'6" sophomore. Jason Ray is going to come in and line up for the Red Wolves. He's got 2 fouls. Looking to give Houston a little break with still a lot of time to play here in the second half, and Houston has 4 fouls. Give him a little rest here and try to keep him out of foul trouble. Free throw by Simpson is going to go up and in. Make it 71-64. Simpson now with 27 points, make that 28 with this made free throw. Claypool with the ball over to the right, goes to the left. And pass down to Jason Ray is going to be off the mark. We're out of location for the Red Wolves and still have a 6-point lead with 6:08 to play.
Jacoby says, my bad there, and it's a rare turnover you see from him, even at a young age. He doesn't turn the ball over very often. We mentioned before how efficient of a player he is and a floor general.
Ashe Davis passes over to Parker Salinas. Ashe goes to the basket. This one's going to go in, 73-65. Eight-point lead for the Red Wolves, and the Grenadiers are going to take a 30-second timeout. Franklin, we're now up by 8 with 5:31 to play. What do you expect to see here in the next 5.5 minutes?
Well, from what we've seen here recently, I've seen Southeast, they've been very rattled, so it'll be interesting to see how they come out of this timeout and respond. After IU East took their very first lead of the contest there a little while back, you saw a little bit of skittishness to the Grenadiers and very seemed out of sorts. So be interesting to see how they handle this current situation and respond out of this timeout.
Not sure if you can see it on your screen or not, but it is Hawaiian night here at the Tiernan Center. All the fans were encouraged to wear their Hawaiian outfits. I got on to Frank a little bit ago for not wearing his, but I've not got much room to talk. I've not got mine on either.
Oh, I'm just a big party pooper, Caleb.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just no fun.
I know, me too. Polo and jeans, and that's it. You've got pretty much the same thing going on over here. But a great game going on right now on the floor. The Red Wolves battled back here in this ball game after being down by 16, now up by 8. And 5:31. A game I can think of just like that was the Rio Grande game, down by 17, starting out the second half, coming back to go into overtime and take the win by, I believe, 8. There's a 3-point shot by the guard, Garrett, excuse me. And 5:19 to play. Fangman with a tough shot. It's going to be no good.
Quick shot there. I'm not sure that's one you want when you're up 8, trying to burn some clock with 5:06. Nice pass.
Pass down inside, fouled by Jason Ray. It's going to put Joe Jackson at the line to shoot and one. Ray picks up his third. And now 10 fouls on the Red Wolves, which will put the Grenadiers at the line for the double bonus in the remainder of the half. Have a timeout down on the floor as the Red Wolves lead by 6 with 5:01 to play right here on the Red Wolves Sports Network.
Dylan Newman had a terrible dislocated shoulder after a bad dirt bike accident. The long-term solution, surgery and intense rehab.
I trusted Reed Orthopedics because they had already fixed my ankle. And within 4 months of my surgery, Dr. Miller and my Reed therapist, April, helped me to regain my motion and most of my strength. Thanks to Reed Ortho, I can get back to what I love. It's all about trust. Right, Dr. Miller?
Right here at Reed.
Right here in Richmond.
And welcome back to men's basketball on the Red Wolves Sports Network. 5 minutes to play, 5:01 to be exact, here inside the Tiernan Center as the Red Wolves now up by 6. Have their lead by 8 at the largest, but also trailed by 16. And the Grenadiers are going to be at the line to shoot one after Jason Ray just committed a foul before the timeout. It's going to put Joe Jackson at the line to shoot one with 5:01 left to play. Joe Jackson, he's got, looks like 6 points in the game, makes that 7 after they made free throw. Back to a 5-point ball game, 73-68, under 5 minutes to play. And Jacoby Claypool with the ball and goes over to the left side. Fache Davis, Jason Ray with the turnaround off the mark. And this is going to be a foul on the Red Wolves.
Foul on number 10, Vache Davis.
Foul's on Vache Davis, picks up his second. And that's going to put the Grenadiers at the line in the double bonus. Brandon Britt will go to the line to shoot 2. Frankly, that's the type of foul that you don't want in this close of a game.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about how it drives coaches nuts seeing them commit fouls so far away from the basket, especially when you see it happen down on the opposite end, Especially, we got the other team the double bonus, allowing them to score while the clock stopped with 4.5 to go.
First free throw was missed by Britt. Is at the line to shoot the second one. This one's going to be out as well and rebounded by Claypool. Going to be Claypool over to Houston Clark. Finds a way to score 75-68, back on top by 7. Talk about a player that's really came alive here in the second half and stepped up big for the Red Wolves. There's a basket by Joe Jackson. And down on the other end of the floor, Tyler Fangman, 77-70. .357 to play here inside the Tiernan Center. Red Wolves up by 7. A pass down to Britt and going to kick out to White. This is the 3-point shot. And here is Houston Clark. Starts to go to the basket, finds Tyler Fangman. Fangman scores 79-70. .333 to play. The shot goes up here by 5. That's Kaylin Garrett. And they're going to call that a 2. And looks like we've got a timeout down on the floor. Southeast is going to take a full timeout, so we'll take a timeout as well as the Red Wolves lead by 7 with 3:29 left on the Red Wolves Sports Network.
I'm Dr. Ganesh Ramachandran, the region's only hand specialist at Reed Orthopedic Center. Patients love how easy it is having everything under one roof and how easy it is to get here. Right here at Reed Orthopedic Center, right here in Richmond.
And welcome back to IU East men's basketball on the Red Wolves Sports Network. The Red Wolves lead by 7 with 3:29 left in the ball game. A KIAC matchup here inside the Tiernan Center. The Red Wolves will have the basketball out of bounds underneath the Grenadier basket. And they're going to inbound to Jacoby Claypool. And pass down the floor. Claypool's now just getting the ball across with 27 left on the shot clock. Pass over here to Claypool right now. Red Wolves just trying to burn a little time off the clock, it looks like, and looking for the best possible shot that they can get. And here is a shot by Huffman from three-point range, 82-72.
Good find by Claypool, very unselfish. Saw Huffman standing all alone over there in the corner. He knocks it down.
Over to the right now with Simpson. And lost here by 21. Joe Jackson, it'll be out of bounds, Red Wolves basketball. And here's Huffman inbounding the ball for the Red Wolves. He's going to find Jacoby Claypool, back to Huffman. Across the half-court line, Vache Davis. And now they're going to start working the ball around a little bit with 2:30 left in the second half. Huffman thought about the three, but took the shot fake instead. Gives it over to Claypool on the right side. A pass down into Houston Clark, and a foul on 32. Brandon Britt picks up his fourth. And that foul there puts the Red Wolves in the bonus. So Houston Clark's going to go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1.
Oh, Britt responded to the foul there. Not an all bad foul. Still got 2:20 to go here.
Free throw by Clark. Up and off the back of the rim, rebounded by the Grenadiers. And going to leave Simpson some open space to get to the basket. 82-74 with 2:03 left to play. Claypool starts to go toward the basket. He's going to take it to the basket, kick over to Huffman. Gives it to Vache Davis. Back to Huffman. Here's Huffman going inside. He's going to miss. And down to 1:45 left. Shot missed there by Brandon Britt. Brings us down to 1:30 to play inside the Tiernan Center. Claypool takes it to the basket. No foul. And back down to the other end of the floor. Tied up by Fangman. This is going to be alternating possession. It'll stay Southeast basketball. Minute 21 to play as fans starting to make a little noise here inside of Richmond. And Simpson loses the ball out of bounds. With 1:16 left to play. And coming in for the Grenadiers, Aaron Hayes. Going to replace Simpson. Ball inbounds to Vache Davis. Minute 10 left to play. And here is Jacoby Claypool. Passes off to Hoffman. And finds Huffman once again down to 84 to 74. There's a three-point shot. They're going to call a foul on Jacoby Claypool.
Yeah, Claypool just reached out and touched him. I don't know why he did that.
Yeah. 51.3 left, a 10-point ball game.
Garrett on the line.
Must have been personal.
To shoot three.
And here's the first free throw missed by Garrett. This is going to be a full timeout taken down on the floor. So the Red Wolves have a 10-point lead, 84-74 with 51.3 left in the second half. Be right back with more men's basketball on the Red Wolves Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Caleb Gillock, the host of Inside IUE Sports, a show where we talk with coaches, players, and other guests about what's happening with IUE's athletics.
In the top 100 high school seniors.
Last year we were fortunate enough to do a variety of things on the track and then off to be able to be considered.
Make sure to join us on Friday nights at 8:30 p.m. on WETV Channel 20.
And welcome back to men's basketball on the Red Wolves Sports Network. Right now, Kamen Garrett still at the line to shoot two after being fouled on a three-point shot by Jacoby Claypool with 51.3 left in the second half. Garrett at the line 0 for 1. Here's the second free throw. This one's going to go up and in, 84-75. There's the next shot. This one's going to be in as well, 84-76. And down under 50 seconds to play. 32 left on the shot clock as the Red Wolves just now get the ball across half court at 29. And Houston Clark has the ball. Gives it to Vache Davis. Going to try to run the shot clock out or close, but instead he's going to take it to the basket and score 86-76. Off the basket by Vache Davis. And 25 left on the game clock. After the steal by the Red Wolves, it's going to be out of bounds off of Tyler Fangman with 16.2 left here to go. Garrett has the ball, finds the space, goes inside, lays this one in, 86-78. Yeah, the Red Wolves. Vache Davis with the basketball. It's going to be fouled with 1.7 left. He'll go to the line to shoot 1-1. After the foul is going to go against IU Southeast. Picks up their 8th team foul. And here's the first free throw of the 1-1 for Vache Davis. This one's up and in. 87-78. And here is free throw number 2 for Vache. This one's going to be up off the back of the rim. Gets his own rebound, puts it up and in! Makes it 89-78, the final score. The Red Wolves take an 11-point win here against the IU Southeast Grenadiers. Franklin, tell us a little bit about today's game.
Well, just another, stereotypical come-from-behind win as of late for IU East. These guys, they rise to the occasion, and it'd almost be interesting to see if they would start a game off down by 15. How they would respond. Coming into, just starting off the game. So it's maybe a little sense of urgency that Coach Mark Hester would really like to see his group adapt to here as the season winds down. But I'm sure he'll take it nonetheless.
All right, well, the Red Wolves take an 89-78 win over the IU Southeast Grenadiers and advance to 18-6 on the season, 6-1 in the Kayak Conference to hang on to that first place spot in the North Division. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with the post-game show with Coach Mark Hester here on the Red Wolves Sports Network.
This is where a busy mom can work toward a bachelor's degree from a top national university during softball practice. It's where a service member can continue his college studies from anywhere in the world, and where you'll benefit from one of the country's most effectively delivered online programs.
Woohoo!
So, if you've ever wondered if a college education is really worth it, this is where you'll see that it is. This is Indiana University East Online.
And welcome back to men's basketball on the IU East Red Wolves Sports Network. The Red Wolves take an 89-78 win over the IU Southeast Grenadiers. Advance to 18-6 on the season, 6-1 in the Kayak Conference. And joining me for the post-game show, Tyler Fangman. Tyler, tell us a little bit about tonight's game.
This one was a really important one for us. This no one on this team, current players, has ever beaten IU Southeast. They've always been, had their reins over the conference. This is a big one for us. Moving forward, we're 18-6. So getting this win over this big conference opponent was a job well done by the guys.
A little bit of a slow start in the first half. What was said at halftime?
First half, I don't know if we were just lackadaisical or what. We just didn't come out to play. And usually our motto for the season so far is, we start out well and then slow down in the second half. But, this is the opposite tonight. And it's all about how you finish, not how you start.
Now, as of recently, it seems like you guys have become a second-half team. Do you think that's true?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Here as of lately, it seems like the Red Wolves have been a second-half team. Come out and played stronger in the second half. Do you think that's true?
Yeah, I think so lately. We've put a lot of emphasis. We dropped a couple games in a row, and that was all about second-half, effort and energy. So we've really put an emphasis on working in the second half. We've done stuff in practice to simulate coming out in the second half, and that has really worked for us, and we've had a lot of success so far in the second half. So.
Asbury on Saturday, what do you expect to see there?
They always come out and play really well against us, especially at home. They usually have a nice little fan section out, so it'll be a lot high energy, high octane game, so it'll be a fun one to watch.
All right, thanks, Tyler. Congratulations on a great win, and good luck on Saturday at Asbury.
Thank you very much.
Once again, the Red Wolves take an 89-78 win over the IU Southeast Grenadiers, advance to 18-6 on the season, 6-1 in the Kayak Conference. A great win here for the Red Wolves after being down by as many as 16 and come back to take the win by 11 here at home inside the Richmond High School Tiernan Center. The women's team is going to tip off here in about 18 minutes. They've got about 17 minutes left on their warm-up clock here inside the Tiernan Center. Make sure to tune in and watch that game live here on the Red Wolves Sports Network in about 15 minutes. I'm Caleb Gillon, the voice of your IU East Red Wolves. Thanks for watching. Special thanks to Franklin Chris for commentary and Kyle Garner, our broadcast engineer. We'll see you in about 15 minutes.